coming up, the Marines Obstacle Rush, our second of 4 events. Our leaders after the first event, the team of Ken Dorsey and Brandon Lloyd lead with 10. It's cumulative points as we go along, and now we're ready for the second. And what are the elements of this event? To explain it, again, here's Jason Garrett.
Dick, this is the first wide receiver event. They got to hit sleds, run through gauntlets, around dummies, over dummies. But the essence of this event right here, the ropes. You got to come through these ropes quickly, efficiently, without missing any. You come around this bend, and you finish strong over those dummies. First look at the receivers. It should be interesting. Back to you guys.
You know what, too, Jason? It's just like football. When you're running around dummies and over dummies, that is football.
No pun intended. And we will start in reverse order of the first event. So that means that Arnaz Battle of Notre Dame, who's teamed with Jason Gesser, they came in 4th. So here is Arnaz Battle. And Notre Dame, they do not yet put names on the back of their jerseys. Maybe someday they will.
You know what, too? Arnaz Battle really flourished this year. They really came on strong. I think with Tyrone Willingham's offense they put in has more opened up the offense. As you see some of these highlights, Notre Dame going downfield. Been a long time since you were able to say that, and Arnaz Battle certainly was the beneficiary of that offense.
And they may draw a lot more wide receivers than they have in the past. You got to hit the sled, grab the ball, and now it gets underway. Goes fast. Need agility, quick change, and then speed. They're the keys.
Coming over these dummies, he has to gather himself right here to go through those ropes. Don't want to miss any. It's a second penalty.
And the penalties usually will determine or lack of who will win this. Here comes the race to the finish line for Arnaz Battle of Notre Dame. And he will set the pace with 25.12. Battle team with Jason Gesser.
Got through the low crouch okay, but right there, the first turn through the dummies, the field is a little damp too. It's slick. It's a slick field. I think he actually got through all the ropes okay. I don't believe there is a penalty.
No penalties, Bill. You're absolutely right. And 25.12. And you avoid the penalties. I think you got a big edge there. Arnaz Battle. So he sets the hurdle with that score. And the second wide receiver up right now will be Charles Rogers from Michigan State, who is named the Biletnikoff Award winner. Fred Biletnikoff of the Raiders, and they're playing later on today.
Did you get a chance to see this guy play at all?
Yes, I did.
Almost every time you turned on the highlights of sports through the college football season, you saw Charles Rogers pulling off something sensational. I remember the one-handed catch down in the end zone in November. It just blew my mind. And this guy, I mean, the sky's the limit for him. He's got that Randy Moss type build too. He's very tall.
And remember Plaxico Burress from Michigan State. He's following in his shoes. Got to get around those dummies.
The whole trick to this thing is don't get a penalty.
Oh, he's going to pick up there. Too bad. Charlie Rogers was as spectacular running this event as he was in the highlights we just showed you, but he couldn't get through the ropes unscathed.
Well, did he hit them all, though? Did he hit them all? I think that's the thing. If he hit them all, no, he missed one. That's going to be a second penalty. You know what? Even with a second penalty, Dick, a 1-second penalty for that, I think he's still in the lead.
I think you're right. By less than a second.
With a 1-second penalty.
So even with the 1-second penalty for Charles Rogers, and he's got some pizzazz, there's no question about it. Charles Rogers of Michigan State, 24.79, and he is in the lead right now. And it brings us to the Florida Gator. Talk about outstanding wide receivers who come from Florida. Taylor Jacobs is one of them.
Well, did he have fun this year? Some of the numbers he's had, over 1,000 yards this year and 8 touchdowns. You know what the guy reminds me of? He reminds me of a Hines Ward. He really does. He's got that kind of body, and he has that kind of structure. He's really a possession guy. Excellent at his running his routes and knows how to get some separation.
Coming off the Senior Bowl and headed for the Hula Bowl. So this should be fun for him. A little slip there around the dummy.
As long as there's not any penalties.
Boy, he handled the hurdles very well.
There's a second penalty.
Stumbled at the rope. turning on the speed, and he's got a lot of that. Taylor Jacobs, first team All-SEC, 22.80. So there you go. And
he's going to be penalized a second here, I believe, only a second. And that should be still good enough to take the lead. See, when you come through those blue dummies, you really have to gather yourself before you hit the ropes.
But he has 2 seconds in penalties, and that is going to hurt him. Let's see his total, 24.80. So he is 1/100th of a second out of the lead. Pretty good, though, with 2 penalties.
These times keep on getting better with the penalties.
Well, now it'll be interesting to see what Brandon Lloyd does, who in the last 2 years had 19 touchdown catches for the Fighting Illini. And I'd say he's the most personable guy we've seen out here.
Well, you know what Brandon Lloyd did? Brandon Lloyd came over to the booth here, and he took down a piece of paper. He started writing down all his statistics for me, telling me all his accolades and everything that he did. What a personable young man, though. Exciting guy to watch. Very athletic. I said he's a track guy. He's a high jumper. Jumped over 7 feet in high school.
Now, Brandon Lloyd wants to go into television. What a surprise when he's through. He interviewed me before the show, and he did a pretty good job of it.
He interned at Fox Sports Net in St. Louis. Now, I asked him about his hair, those braids. I said, they're getting pretty long now. He said he's been working on those for 4 years.
He's handling the ropes brilliantly.
Like a sewing machine.
Brandon Lloyd. He's got style, and he has the lead, 23.69. So, boy, we went up the ladder as far as the best times in this event, Bill.
And I think he was unscathed. No penalties at all, I believe, through that run. Outstanding run. And you know what, too? The good thing about it is you just get to stand there, and he gets to watch. He gets to watch what everyone else, all their faults, and he gets to watch where the slick area is on the dummy, and he gets to watch other people's mistakes. Then you file it all, and you put together a great run like that.
And you know what he did? He says, I'm going to take my time through the ropes because I know I have good speed, and it paid off for him. So 23.69, he is the winner as we send it down to Jason Garrett.
Brandon Lloyd, wow. Unbelievable through the ropes, a great finish. Looked like Carl Lewis coming down the stretch.
Hey, it's all about the training, man. Just have to keep the quick feet. Keep the feet moving through there because the momentum going to push you through it. So I just try to keep my feet quick, man.
Outstanding. A clean run with a smile on his face all the way through. Nice job.
Thanks.
Back to you, Dick.